Now, these are some of the claimants of Al Mahdi who were from the deviant groups of Islam. There have actually been a few claimants to this position of Al Mahdi who went on to found their own religions. In other words, they used the concept of a Mahdi as a stepping stone to break away from the entire religion of Islam. And the most famous of these are two religions that we'll discuss. The first of them is basically the Baha'i faith. The Baha'i faith is actually an offshoot of an earlier movement called the Babis. And the Babis, they believe that their founder, by the name of Sayyid Mirza Muhammad al-Shirazi, was the Bab, or the door, hence the name Babis. In the late 1840s in Iran, a young person by the name of Sayyid Mirza Muhammad al-Shirazi declared that he was the Bab, the door to the promised Mahdi. And this person, Sayyid Mirza Muhammad, he was from an Ithna Ashari Shia family. He was from a 12er Shia family. And he belonged to a branch of the 12er Shi'ism. Now obviously even the 12er Shi'ism have many groups in them. He belonged to a branch of the Ithna Ashari Shi'as called the Shaykhis. The Shaykhis. This sect believed that the coming of the Mahdi was imminent. And no doubt this belief was a great catalyst in the claim of Sayyid Mirza Muhammad. The whole cult had built itself up into the fervor of believing the Mahdi would appear at any minute, and so Sayyid Mirza Muhammad declared that he was the Bab to the Mahdi. After a while, he then proclaimed that he himself was the Mahdi, and not just the door to the Mahdi, until eventually he claimed to be a prophet as well. As he continued his preaching, he added more and more heretical beliefs one by one, until finally even the Shia scholars of Iran, they were forced to condemn him, and he was imprisoned and shot to death in 1850 CE. His body was eventually handed over to his followers, and they buried him in a grand mausoleum in the city of Haifa in Israel. For the Babis, and after them the Baha'is as well, they have a very, very strong relationship with that country. After his death, the death of the founder of the Babi movement or religion, this movement split into two groups, one of whom was under the teachings of Yahya Ali al-Mazandarani. Yahya Ali al-Mazandarani. And this group, they remained with the original teachings of Sayyid Mirza. And they still believed that he was the prophet and he was the door to the Mahdi and so on and so forth. And they are still existent to this day, albeit their numbers are extremely small. It is estimated that there are only a few thousand or even less than this in the entire world. The second group, on the other hand, went on to become a large religion. It was spearheaded by a person known as Baha'u'llah, who eventually proclaimed that the previous Bab, Sayyid Mirza, had actually been sent for him, and that he was the real prophet of God. His teaching spread amongst many, many people, and within a short period of time, he had followers in many countries, and today, the Baha'is number around 5 million all over the world, and their headquarters are in Haifa, Israel. So the Baha'is actually started out as a Mahdi-based revivalistic movement within the 12er Shia Islam, and then eventually they declared themselves to be a completely new and separate religion. The origin of the Baha'is goes back to a person who claimed to be the Mahdi.